Well, it is seed planting time. We are starting to plant some tomatoes and potatoes. This is the time of the year where we do our bagged potatoes, and we'll explain that method. And we're starting a new method with our seeds for the tomatoes. So, really excited about trying that out this year. It'll be the first time we've done it this way. So, stick with us as we plant some potatoes and tomatoes. Well, it may still be too early for us to plant in the ground. We are zone 7B, but our son is getting the raised beds ready with our compost that we got free from the town of Valdez. I recently made a video about that, and I'll leave the link above. So let's begin with our tomato seeds. We are going to use a method that we learned from Next Level Gardening. You can check that YouTube video out. But it's using 16-ounce solo cups. Right now we are cutting small triangles into those cups. Those triangles will be at the bottom, and that will help with drainage. We put 3 triangles in each cup, and then we trim off the excess. And it should look like this. Now we're going to repeat that same process 15 more times. And I know it sounds simple, but make sure you label your cups. This way you know what type of plant is growing. The next step is to get some rocks. And this is going to be put in between the clear cup and the red cup, and it's going to help you to see how much water is at the bottom of the cups. I'll explain that a little bit later. And now it's time to add the potting soil. We had this soaking in water to make it clumpy but not too wet. This is organic potting soil for your starter seeds. We got this at a local nursery, Settlemyre Nursery here in Valdez. And the key to this step is to only fill the cup up halfway. The thing with tomatoes is you want to make sure that as they grow that you're going to add more soil, and that's going to create the deeper roots. And you can see how we're setting the red cup into the clear cup, and that rock gives a separation so that you can see the water level to make sure that you're not overwatering your tomato plants. And there you see, about halfway. And through the magic of editing, all 15 cups are complete. And you can see the separation in the cups. And this is going to be important that you don't overwater the cups. So you want to go about halfway to the triangle when you're filling your water. Now it's time to put the seeds in. We typically put 2 seeds in per cup. That way, if both plants germinate and grow, at least you're guaranteed to have at least one. This next step is where you're going to turn each individual cup into its own greenhouse. You're going to use these basic sandwich bags, and you're going to cover each cup with the bag. This is going to create that greenhouse effect. It's going to create the humidity and help to germinate that seed. But you're only going to keep the bag over the cup long enough for the seed to germinate. Once you see the little sprout, you take the bags off. And now we're going to move them into the growing area. So we've got these shop lights set up. This is where they're going to stay nice and warm. The key is that they stay around 75 degrees is what I'm told, and have plenty of light. And now that the tomatoes are done, it's time to move on to the potatoes. Now that they have sprouted, we are going to cut each individual potato up and put them in our grow bag method. We made a video about this last year, and we really had a good harvest last year with our potatoes. We use black trash bags, and what we do is we put those in our front flower beds. We lay them on the ground and we punch holes in them. This allows the drainage and for the roots to grow down deep. I'm telling you, this is the easiest way to grow potatoes. The key is that you get down and punch some holes. So my wife uses a hiking stick and just jabs holes into the bottom of each trash bag. So the steps for this: poke holes in the bottom, add a layer of compost, put in your potatoes with the sprouted ends facing down, put the next layer of compost, alternate so it's like a north, south, east, and west, and you rotate that around each layer. So you put in some more potatoes, add another layer of compost, add another layer of potatoes, add another layer of compost. So it's like a big cake. And we like to put leaves on top just to give it a little bit more mulch. And the last potato bag is complete, and that's going to finish up our tomatoes and potatoes for the day. Well, it's a really windy day, so a lot of this will be voiced over. We thank you guys for joining us today on this video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. That's right. You tell them.